Hey everyone, and welcome to day one of the 30-day fitness challenge. I thought that I would start things off a little more simple. Doesn't mean it will be easy, but again, I will be giving you a beginner, an intermediate, and an advanced option. So again, starting things off a little bit more simply, we're going to start with the push-up. I think we all know how to do a push-up, but I'm going to walk you through it anyway and make sure that you know how to do it correctly. There are a few nuances even about the push-up, something as simple as the push-up that I think that will help you get the most out of it. I am going to read off of my phone because I did, like I said, include a beginner and intermediate advanced option for almost all of the 30 days of the fitness challenge. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, so I am going to read off of my phone when I need to. Bear with me. Okay, so I can explain the push-up without reading off of my phone. Okay, so obviously you start the push-up on the floor. So I guess you could start at the bottom of the push-up or the top, but I'm going to start at the top. So when you get into the push-up, you're going to go into your tall, this is basically a tall plank. Make sure I'm in the middle of the frame. Okay, so into your tall plank. So right away, I'm making sure, like in my subconscious, that I have like a neutral spine or a flat back. So I'm not like this, I'm not like this. I'm trying to get a sense of, and if you have a mirror like beside you, that's great, to make sure that your back is flat or that your spine is neutral from the top of your head to like the bottom of your tailbone. So I am going to get into that position. I'm here. The next thing that I'm going to do, it's a little bit of a nuance, but I'm just going to roll my shoulders back. I don't know if you can see that in the frame, but I've rolled my shoulders back. I'm going to engage my glutes, which will turn on my core. The glutes and the core and rolling the shoulders back are not part of what you think that the push-up would be. Like the push-up is like your chest and maybe your arms, but it creates full body tension that will help you, it will give you a little bit more power, and it might be something that you have to try on your own and feel in order to make sense of what I'm saying. So I'm gonna do all those things and then I'll keep going. So I'm gonna get into that position, rolling the shoulders back, squeezing the glutes forward, still making sure that I'm in that neutral spine, flat back posture. And then of course I'm gonna descend all the way to the ground and then push back up. So the beginner option, again I have to check my phone, but I probably gave you knees or a negative push-up where you just fall to the floor. But before moving on, I know another thing that I want to explain is something called the mind-muscle connection. I might mention this throughout the 30-day challenge, but so I'll mention it first now. So mind-muscle connection is basically just thinking about the muscle with your mind that you're targeting. And I know like studies have shown, and I can totally feel this with myself, like when I'm doing an exercise like the push-up or tricep extensions, if I'm not thinking about my chest when I'm doing some kind of press, or thinking about my triceps when I'm doing a tricep extension, like if I'm just spaced out or I'm thinking about my day, I really truly feel like there is a difference in the end result. When I'm thinking about, and this is a skill that it's like a refined skill, so you get better over time, but when you think about your chest as you're doing a push-up, again, as opposed to just being spaced out, you will feel, and again, you get better at it over time, you can actually kind of feel the muscles. So it's actually best like when I do a cable fly like this, and the cables are pulling my chest back, I can feel that stretch. And then when I go like this and I squeeze my chest, you just get more out of the exercise. So when you're doing a push-up, when you lower yourself down especially, I want you to think about the feeling that you feel in your chest. I have done like a chest press, which is kind of like a push-up on, you just reverse it and you're facing up. And I've had people be like, is this for arms? And I'm like, oh my God, no, it's for chest. But if you were to think about your chest, and we'll probably know that it's a chest exercise, then you wouldn't think that, because your arms are moving, but the power should be coming from your chest. Your chest is like a larger area of muscle mass. It's stronger than your arms. You have to think about your chest as like the tree trunk, and your limbs as like the limbs of the tree. So that if you use your mind to think about your chest, rather than thinking about nothing, or God forbid, thinking about your arms, if you're thinking about your chest, you're gonna get more out of it because your chest is stronger. So if you're channeling that stronger muscle group, you're gonna get more out of it. So going back to the push-up, I'm in that position, shoulders rolled back, glutes engaged. I'm lowering myself down, thinking about my chest. And then when I'm at the bottom, I'm gonna push up, obviously, thinking about my chest. I can feel it in my arms a little bit too, and when the chest gets exhausted, I might think about my arms to help me. But again, thinking about my chest as I'm lowering, feeling that it's more like a stretch when you come down, but there's tension, and then pushing up and thinking of the power coming from my chest. The beginner option, I know that I gave you, okay, so push-ups on your knees or negative push-ups, complete as many as you can in 30 seconds. So if you're choosing push-ups on your knees, I guess I would maybe just get into your tall plank, like that, and then just drop your knees, and that's where you want to get started, and then come down. 1, 2, and do as many as you can in 30 seconds, so that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. Maybe starting a timer would be a good idea. A negative push-up, or I think reverse push-up, eccentric push-up, that's what they're called, is basically when you get into that push-up position. So I think we can all get into that position pretty easy. Might not be able to hold it for very long, but get into this position and then do all the things that I mentioned, and then lower yourself down, drop to the floor entirely, reset onto your knees, and then lift yourself back up. Lowering yourself, resetting on your knees, and then coming back up. Okay, so I guess it doesn't make sense to do as many of those as you can for 30 seconds. So if you choose the lowering yourself down and then resetting, I would challenge you to try doing 30 of them at your own pace. If that's too many, that's fine, but aim for 30, that's the challenge. Then if you're doing the push-ups on your knees, do as many as you can in 30 seconds. I think for the intermediate, regular push-ups, do as many as you can in a minute. I'm not going to do that for you now. I am filming all 30 days of this 30-day fitness challenge. Right now, I need to pace myself. I have water, but I will demonstrate what doing the push-ups look like really fast for maybe 5 or 10 seconds. So that will look like this. Getting into your starting position, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that. Some people might ask, how low do you go? I mean, I wouldn't hit your face off the floor. I like bumping my chest off of the floor kind of lightly. I don't know why, it's just something that I got used to and I like that. The advanced clapping push-ups, do as many as you can for 1 minute, and then complete as many regular push-ups as you can for 1 minute. Again, I am only going to do that for a few seconds, but this is, a clapping push-up. So it's, or an explosive push-up. It's basically when you lower yourself as normal, and then when you come up, you explode off the ground, clap, and land. And then after doing as many of as you can of those for a minute, so maybe set your phone, this will be for all challenges, set your phone to a timer of 2 minutes, put it in front of you, and then after you can see that a minute has gone up, then start doing your regular push-ups. So I will show you 5 or 10 seconds of clapping push-ups, 5 or 10 seconds of regular push-ups. So that looks like this. Like that, and then do that for a minute, and then once a minute is up, rest is needed, but challenge yourself. Don't die, drink water, keep yourself hydrated, but challenge yourself. So after the minute is up, resting is needed, go into your regular push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Whew. Okay, so that is day 1 of the 30-day fitness challenge. That is push-ups. Hopefully I didn't ramble on for too long. I'm sorry. If you're watching this on your phone or your laptop, you can skip parts when needed. So if you already know you're gonna do beginner, you can stop the video there. But yeah, that was day 1. I'm gonna film the rest of them now. So again, thank you for joining me. I said that in the intro video. But if you are doing the 30-day fitness challenge with me, with us, thank you again. I hope you enjoyed day 1. Take a video of it and post it. Thanks, guys.